Welcome back. Once again, we're doing puzzles, this time starting at 1450, which is where I ended up last time. Here, I have the queen. Looks like it's about to get trapped. I'm wondering, because I don't have any checks that I can see, what if I put my knight here, which would be attacking this queen? The rook is protected. The rook protects the pawn. The knight is out of the way. Then, where can the queen go? Because if it comes here, the queen can capture it. If it comes here, the pawn can capture it. If it comes here, the bishop can capture it. And if it comes here, the knight can capture it. So I'm gonna guess that's it. Yeah, the queen had to sacrifice itself for the rook. Okay, I think that's the first time I've seen that in this series of puzzles, but it seems like I saw that on a Gotham chess video not too long ago. Okay, I am in check. It's pretty rare that these puzzles start out with me in check. I have a whole bunch of ways to get out of this check. Well, 3 ways. And one of them is going to be worse or better than the other one. I'm going to guess that this one is the worst because it blocks my rook's defense of the pawn. So I am going to discount that one first. I'm not sure about these two. I'm guessing that there's one of them where the queen then can fork the king and the rook. Let's see, if I go here, or what is the follow? Well, let's see, there's a follow-up check, follow-up check. None of those fork the rook. If I go here, I think that's the worst one because the queen then can say check again and challenge the rook. Perhaps I'm just not sure. I'm going to go back one. Okay. Then I'm going to slide in here. Maybe. Okay, now it's coming after the pawn. I don't know if I should protect the rook or go behind the pawns. I really don't know. I do know that now the queen also threatens this pawn. But that's not a check. Okay. Oh, okay. That was right. And one more, then it can't check me again? Okay. Now it is guarding the promotion square. But I believe that here I need to promote anyway and then get rid of the queen. Okay. Whew. That one was difficult. Because when I was in check, I very often choose the wrong spot to move out of check. But I got it right this time, so good for me. Ooh, 3 minutes in, and I've already gained 21 points. Not too bad. Let's see. Once I leave the back rank, looks like the queen is going to have no problems with checkmate. So I need to, if I do leave the back rank, I'm going to have to check, check, check. Let's see. I have a check here, protected by the pawn. And that would leave only one legal move for the king here. And then would have a follow-up check. Which would leave would leave 2 legal moves here and here. Well, no, sorry, that last one would not be legal. So it'd be only here. And then check with the queen would be mate, I think. Oh, okay. They're going to give up their queen to avoid checkmate. Okay, not too bad. I hope it's obvious that I'm getting better at these. I'm seeing the checks and checkmates more intuitively and with a little bit better speed. This is not looking good for me. As soon as this pawn moves, it's going to be protected by the queen, and I will be in check. So that, yeah, and then if I go back there, then the rook's going to come down. It's going to be checkmate. So that's not good. But first, I have this check. It's not the only check, but it is one of the two checks that I see. And this also points at this pawn. But let's see. If I do come down and say check here, the black cannot escape this way, so they would be forced. I believe black would be forced to block with the queen. And at that point, I don't know whether I'm supposed to capture the queen or take the pawn. I'm just not sure. The other check that I saw is this one, which would require the queen to capture. Then I could say check, but I've already lost a rook. Let's see. Then I could say check, and the queen would not be able to block check, but the king would have two possible escape routes. Yeah, I think the first check was the best idea. Okay, block with the queen. Now do I take the queen? No. Okay. Yeah, now that the queen has moved, I see this. Removing the defender. Here, the king would be forced to capture the rook, I believe. And then I would capture the queen. Oh, okay, I was incorrect about that. Okay. Then do I say check again to protect the rook since it didn't capture the rook? I honestly thought it was going to capture the rook and I would take the queen. But that's not what happened. So now my rook is still hanging, but I can't freely capture the queen. Do I capture the queen anyway and save the rook? Or do I say check again? I honestly don't know. I'm probably going to miss this one. I'm going to take the queen, I think. No. Oh man, that's frustrating because I got the first two moves correct. And now okay, now it's saying to do it again. Now I get the queen. Okay. Well, I lost points for that, didn't I? Okay. Just a couple of more minutes here. I can say check. I'm not sure what the harm of that would be other than, well, then the queen would just block check by going here, I think. And I don't think it would what then if I advance the pawn, they would capture my queen. And then I would get a new queen guarded by the rook. But that loses me a pawn and a queen for their queen. So that's probably not it. I'm almost wondering if I shouldn't capture this rook in order to advance the pawn. White would then be unable to stop the protected promotion of the queen. It's got to be one of those two. Either take out the rook first and then advance, or check first and then advance this pawn. Or, better yet, take the queen, then advance. Nope. Okay. It was the second thing. So I was incorrect, entirely incorrect about that. That's two in a row I have lost. Let's see if I can keep going and get below the point that I started out with before this is all over. I do notice immediately that I have a check here. leaving the king only one move, which I can then say check here, which will be checkmate. That's got to be it. Okay. Whew. Beginning to wonder. Okay. Does not look like I will break any huge milestones in this day's puzzles. Let's see. I have a check, which this block would do nothing, so I'm not even going to consider that. The king would not be able to go backwards because the entire rank would be guarded by the queen. Could not advance here because of the pawn, so would be forced to make this move, which I could follow with this check, which would then force the king back to the spot that it came from, and then I would have mate. That's got to be it. Oh, okay, I forgot it could come up. Well, there's this, which would force the king here. Then I would follow with this. That's got to be it, right? I mean, there is this, but then I just lose the pawn. Okay. Then there's this. Okay, and the knight guards those two escape squares. Okay, that one was tough, but I passed 11 minutes, so I'm going to stop there. I gained a net of 30 points today. Not too bad. Thank you for watching.